Well, you folks keep asking for more budget alternatives to the king, the Chris Reeve Sebenza. So we're taking a look at a few new options today and answering some other questions as well on today's episode of Knife AQ, episode 184 of the series where I answer all your questions, sharp or dull. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here, coming at you from the Knife Center. That is Thomas behind the camera as usual. And what we do is we answer your questions in this video series, and we get those questions from the comment section below these videos. So if you have a question and you want us to consider it for a future episode, that's where you got to leave yours, down in the comments, please. First question today, getting right into the tease from in front of the open there, from the KJ Malice. Would you hypothetically add the Reek P128 and or P831 frame locks to your Sebenza Beat the Icon episode? I'll leave a link to that up here. Seem like economically viable substitutes to the Sebenza or an inexpensive Shirogorov substitute. Okay, well, that's high praise. Let's take a look. Well, let's talk about the elephants in the room. Chris Reeve with the Sebenza and Shirogorov with, well, either company, honestly, with any of their models. What is this, the F95 from Shiro? Yes, F95 NL. Are amongst the upper echelon of the best quality production knives, high-end production knives you can get in the world at any price. You know, one could make arguments whether they are the best or not, but they are right up there. And they're iconic for, their quality and longevity. There's a reason you keep asking, in our comment section and elsewhere about, what is an alternative? What is a budget Sebenza killer? What's out there? You gotta go for the icon, right? I mean, just the fit and finish, the tolerances on either of these knives are astonishingly good. Let's look at the two knives you mentioned, however. We'll start with the P831. I've got it right here. Compared to these Chris Reeve models, the standard, your plain Jane Sebenza is like $550 or between $500 and $600 now. Actually, I don't have it up here, but this one right here is a $750 knife with the bog oak inlays, magna cut blade. Pretty cool. Money. It costs some money. And Shiro's, this one right here, this exclusive black and orange micarta, that's a $760 knife. Although you can get some Shiro's in the let's say in the $500-ish range, sub 500 even. You can tell I'm prepared, but no matter. This is a $46 knife, 14C28N, 3.35-inch blade, stainless steel handle, so you don't get aluminum, you don't get titanium like these other guys. Let's check out the flipping action though. It is quite nice. The materials are good. They're certainly more than acceptable at this price range. Sometimes stainless steel handles can get heavy on cheaper knives, but these have been milled out and they're thin enough to begin with that it's not a ton of weight, quite honestly. I don't know if I would say this feels like a Shiro or a Sebenza alternative. If anything, it kind of feels like a Kershaw Leek alternative. So while I wouldn't necessarily include this knife in our Beat the Icon Sebenza episode, it could conceivably fit in our Beat the Icon Leek episode. I mean, just check the two of them out there side by side. The Leek with its stainless steel handles here feels, well, let's see. The Reek feels a little more nimble, maybe even a little bit more balanced. The frame lock is a little bit easier to use than the one on the Kershaw. You've got ball bearings rather than assisted opening action on the Leek. Yeah, I would definitely stand by that one. Let's check out the other knife though, the P128. This thing gets a little more interesting. $55 for this 14C handle or 14C blade, stainless steel handle again. A little bit heavier. You don't have the same thinness that you're starting out with. So even though it is pocketed on the inside, to remove some weight, you still feel a bit of weight. The handle's good. I like the neutrality of it. I like the backup safety lock on the frame lock there. Not necessarily safety, but like extra, just gives you extra. 3.6-inch blade harpoon tip. Now the thing with Shiros is they are known for the quality feel of their flipping action. And it's very good. Let's check out this. That's gonna be the true thing as to whether this feels. That's very good too, actually. I was ready to kind of say maybe not quite, but the 128, the P128, I don't think is it's not an altogether unconvincing argument for a budget Shiro alternative. Blade shape's a little bit different, but I don't remember seeing really many harpoon tipped Shiros, but you've got a long, slender character to it that's similar to some of the Shirogorov blade shapes. I can get behind this one. Yeah, go forth and be merry. Is it gonna equal it? No, but is it a lot of it? You know, a good percentage of it for quite a fraction of the price? I'd say yes. I don't think actually I should have checked this. Very prepared. I don't remember if I put the P801 in that Beat the Icon Sebenza episode, but I would say this is kind of the, in the Ruik lineup anyway, the knife I would consider maybe to be a budget Sebenza alternative. Yes, it has a flipper as opposed to just thumb studs, but it's got thumb studs as well. It's a more snappy action as opposed to the more deliberate nature of the Sebenza, but it's got hints of that, you know, graceful type of classic profile that you get with the Sebenza, and these are only about $35. 14C28N blade, again, stainless steel handles, not pocketed here. You do feel a little bit more of the weight. But again, this is less expensive than even the other of the budget knives we had on the table here. So check them out. Moral of the story, or bullet point of the story, is the action, the fit and finish, the quality of the construction on these knives is quite good indeed. Let's go to the next question. IDG 463. My daughter is headed off to university in a couple weeks, and I would like to get her a couple knives for kitchen use. Something decent that will last, but not crazy pricey. Preferably under $150 for both. I'm thinking a paring size knife and a larger versatile chopper / slicer. She's no stranger to the knife world, thanks to me, and has her own little collection. More Vagabond, Old Hickory Hunter, and more. Love it. So something a little unique would be cool. She's a nature girl, so maybe something that would also feel at home in a camp kitchen. I've got just the thing for you. This is part of Gerber's Complete series. And I've been a fan, generically speaking, of the Complete series since they debuted the cooking utensils, but they've recently expanded it into a more wide variety range of camp cooking stuff, pots, pans, prep knives, that sort of thing. And that's where this comes in. This is the 5-piece cutting board set. And it's perfectly, you know, it's tailor-made for the camp kitchen. But you get her this for 110 bucks, and in addition to the knives that it comes with, which we'll get to, you're also setting her up with a couple of cutting boards too. One out of bamboo. That could be a serving platter if you want to put foods on there to serve, because it also has a synthetic cutting board, which is going to be kinder to the edges on your knives than the bamboo will. Comes with this prep tray right here. There's space down here for stuff, and it comes with 2 knives. Comes with a paring knife, like so. Synthetic overmolded handles. It's not, you know, super high end by any means, but they feel like they should last. Quite honestly, they feel solid enough. And it comes with, you know, a 7-ish inch, or is that 6.5? Somewhere in that range. Santoku blade as well, 6-inch Santoku blade. They call it a chef. And it comes with 4116 stainless. You could spend, the same amount of money on just kitchen knives, not with all this other stuff, and get the same steel. It's a pretty, baseline level of quality in the kitchen knife world. So that's gonna work well. Nice and thin on the paring knife. It is slightly bigger than like a true small paring knife, so you could do some more, utility stuff with it, but it is great at actually paring as well. People forget that's what a paring knife is actually quote unquote supposed to do. And the chef knife, Santoku, is a great size. It's balanced. It's got a nice landing on the cutting board, maybe a little bit of a clunk there at the end, but not bad. And, oftentimes folks with smaller hands, I don't know if your daughter has said smaller hands or not, a smaller knife like this can still get a lot of work done, but it's a bit more comfortable, a bit more manageable. 110 bucks for all of these. I think they're quality. I think they're cool. She could take it camping if she wants to do so, or just use it in the dorms, I'm assuming, apartment, I don't know where she's living. And at 110 bucks, you've got budget left over for, in my mind, if you're gonna have a minimal set of kitchen knives, 3 is my preferred number. I want these 2 styles of knife and a serrated bread knife. And this one right here is what I would recommend. Well, actually, let me pause for 1 second. Trying to put it on the table. My favorite inexpensive bread knife to recommend is this right here from Mercer. It's the Millennia. It comes in at $20. And the reason I like this are twofold. It's got a curved edge, which is far easier to make contact on a cutting board with than a straight edge. It's also longer than most block set kitchen knives, which those usually top out around the 7 to 8 inch mark. This one, they call it their 10-inch knife. It's about 9.5-ish. Okay, fine, whatever. If you're measuring the sharpened edge at least. I love that kind of length. I love that kind of shape to the edge. You could do that, or the reason I didn't have it on the table is because you're talking about the camp kitchen as well. The Kai Pure Kamachi 2 series bread knife. It's shorter, it's about an 8-inch blade, so it's not my preferred length, but it does have the curve that I like. And what it also has is a little blade cover. If I can get it right there. There you go. Great to take to camp, and better yet, it even fits right in there inside the complete 5-piece set. You can throw that in the bottom there, pack some other things on top that might do well for your food prep in camp, and then it might not even rattle on you as you're going around. And this is about 15 bucks. You know, this falls a little bit more into the range of what I might consider almost a disposable kitchen knife. I would not, wouldn't shed many tears if it bites the dust down the line, but I think it's pretty cool, and it fits the camp nature of what you're looking for. The Millennia feels maybe a little bit more solid, but I haven't actually used one of these in terms of like long-term use, so mileage may vary there. But check them out. Hope that helps. Now, let me pack this back up, because I'm gonna need this surface here in a minute.
Instead of your mileage may vary, wouldn't it be taste?
Yeah, your taste may vary. I genuinely like the complete series I've liked, but this might be my favorite like new Gerber product period in the last few years. Like, that's cool. I dig it. Well, now we're gonna come to our next segment. We forgot last week to bring the letter C into the equation with Damyr's Buried Treasure, where we find a brand we've never shown on the channel before. Today we're on letter C, I almost said level C. So Chroma Cutlery, it's another kitchen knife here, are known for these single-piece integral kitchen knives with these handles designed by F.A. Porsche Ferdinand, I do believe. $148 for this 8-inch chef's knife, Japanese-made stainless steel. They're very distinctive, I would say. I'm not quite convinced by the balance for me personally, at least on this chef knife. They're designed to have a comfortable handle, comfortable to push on handle and be balanced when you're holding it like so. If you're the kind of person who likes to hold your chef knives back here, I think this is gonna be perfectly finely balanced for you. If, however, you like to get up there with the pinch grip, for like that proper chef's grip, this gets to be very handle heavy. I mean, it's just, like it just wants to fall backwards on me. So the other knife patterns may vary. They've got the full range of kitchen type blades. But on the chef knife, that's the one thing I'm feeling. Part of me, like the little obnoxious little boy in me, wants to chop off about 1.5 inches of this and round that edge, and I bet the balance would be pretty great at that point. But there you go. Check it out. Chroma Cutlery. Never before shown on the channel. And we'll be back next week with letter D. Sorry, Damyr. And sorry, audience. Now we come to our lightning round for today. One question only for the lightning round. So anyway, the fast rapid fire question. From Brian Matthews. Hey, DCA, I like titanium frame lock knives, but I'm not a fan of titanium pocket clips. I prefer just basic stainless steel clips, just easier in and out of the pocket. With that being said, can you recommend any titanium frame locks with a steel clip? Do they even exist? There are a few options out there. Yes, my go-to is, I believe all, but pretty much any of the Hest series of folders from DPX. This one right here is the 3.0 Leggero. It comes in at $360. There are several versions. There are versions less expensive as well. Titanium handles, yes. Simple folded steel pocket clip there on the back. Deep carry, which I like, and it's just a really cool and iconic knife as well. You could check those out for sure. More affordable options, the TI-22 from Ontario comes with a folded steel clip. You can get it with AUS 8 for about 50 bucks or S35 VN for about double that, about 100. Most of the Spyderco and I believe many wire pocket clip knives are also stainless steel, so you can check those out as well, but I didn't think that was quite what you were going for, so hope that helps. Well, now we come to our final question of the day, which is, of course, our most serious question of the day, which comes from Stead Muffin. I like it. Please, I need to know how the Swiss Champ XXL from Victorinox could ever be practical. I'll tell you right here. Well, let me say, first of all, how many functions do they advertise? 73 functions in here. There's actually an uncredited function. Really, there's 74. Surprised I didn't mention it. And here it is. If, for instance, you've got a stack of papers or maybe a stack of issues of Knife magazine you're looking to get caught up on, but you don't want them going anywhere, drop that on there. Makes a great paperweight as well. We just found another function the Victorinox didn't even want you to know about. Can you believe that? Well, that's all we have for today, folks. Keep your questions coming down in the comment sections below, both your serious questions and your most serious questions as well. I am soliciting both, please. Let me know what you thought of the answers today, and if you have some alternate suggestions, we'd love to hear those as well. And if you want to get your hands on any of these knives, check out the links in the description to take you over to KnifeCenter.com. Don't forget about our Knife Rewards program while you're over there, because the least we can do when you buy one of our knives today is give you some free money to spend on your next one. I'm David C. Anderson from the Knife Center. That's Thomas behind the camera, and we are signing off. See you next time.